Another interesting though, Mishnah Daled. Hashoel kli mechavero mi be'erev Yom Tov. I come and I don't buy the vessel. I borrow the vessel. I say, can I borrow the vessel for Yom Tov? Can I borrow your cup for Yom Tov? The question is now, because I borrowed it, it becomes mine, or it's still yours? Yeah? That's the question. So the question like this, if I did it from before Yom Tov, אף על פי שלא בא הכלי לידי השואל ביום טוב, even though I didn't acquire it, I didn't buy it, I asked you, can I use this on Yom Tov? Yeah? Now it becomes whose? It becomes like mine, even though it's not mine. I'm only borrowing it. Yeah? הרי הוא כרגלי השואל. Now it becomes like an object that I own. In other words, now I don't care about your eruv. I care about my eruv. It goes according to me because I borrowed it. Yeah, even though I didn't get it Erev Yom Tov, I didn't buy it, I didn't acquire it. Just the fact that you had, like the shepherd, when you have in mind that it's going to be his, that's already enough. הרי הוא כרגלי השואל. He is like the borrower. שמוליכם אותם ביום טוב למקום שהשואל רשאי ללכם. And therefore, the guy who loaned the object goes after his legs, not after the owner's legs. לפי שבכניסת החג קנה השואל שילתו גם אותו כלי, because when the holiday came in, it's like he already acquired it, even though he didn't get it into his possession. But ביום טוב, if he says, hey, can I borrow something on יום טוב now? ביום טוב, אבל השואל כלי מחברו ביום טוב, הרי הוא כרגע משיל. Now you needed to have it in your, so-called in your possession from ערב יום טוב. Now it is, yeah. So now it's, this guy is under the ownership, the guy who owns it. לפי שקנה כלי שביתה אצל בעליו, because when יום טוב came in, the guy knew that this is staying here. בגמרא מבואר, in the Gemara it explains, שאפילו היה רגיל שואל לשאול מחברו כלי זה בכל יום טוב. Even if you used to borrow it like on a regular basis, we're still going to say it. מכל מקום, אם לא בא לשאול אלא ביום טוב, and if you only come to ask in this יום טוב, הרי הוא כרגלי הבעלים. Still, even though you did it 3 times in a row or 4 times in a row, if you didn't come beforehand, it's going to consider it like it's the owner.
You know, with the clothes, you can tell the guy, can I borrow your shirt for Yom Tov?
Yeah, but usually with the clothes, that the way we explain it, only you wear that cloth.
Yeah,
Remember?
even though you wear it, and you ask your brother, can I wear it in Yom Tov?
Before Yom Tov.
Before Yom Tov,
Yeah.
and he give it to you, then you can
Yeah.
clear.
Exactly. As long as you do it before Yom Tov, yeah.
Okay.
שואיל ולא בא לשאול מערב יום טוב, since he did not come to ask from before יום טוב, חשבו הבעלים שמן הסתם שאל מאחר. The owners might have thought, hey, he took the object for somebody else, he doesn't need mine. ולא העמידהו ברשותו, and he didn't put it under his possession. Next one. האישה ששאלתה מחברתה, this is practical application. A woman comes from a neighbor, and she wants she's missing some cooking materials, whatever it is. ביום טוב תבלין לקדרתה, she wants some spices, ומים ומלח, or water or salt, לעיסתה for the bread. הרי אלו, so these ones, הקדרה והעיסה, the cooked food, כרגלי שתיהן. It is not, like this one is on, she's
Like a common area.
it's like the two brothers. It's like the brothers. It becomes a common thing. In other words, she thinks, because she lives 2,000 amma, she's in between the two towns. In other words, she can go to this town and she can go to this town. So she went to this town to borrow some ingredients. She went to his house, and now she thinks, oh, I can take this bread to have lunch with my daughter over there. She can't, because this one can't reach that one. The ingredients, that's right. It's like, ואין מוליכים אותו אלא למקום ששתי אנשים מותרות ללך. You're only allowed to take this bread or whatever you cook to the place that they both can reach. מפני שיש לשתיהם חלק בתבשיל ובעיסה. Because they are partnership in it. Even though when you borrow, it's like...
This is you borrow before Yom Tov?
No, on Yom Tov itself. On Yom Tov itself. Yeah, before Yom Tov, it says, okay. Rabbi Yehuda poter b'mayim. Rabbi Yehuda says, I agree with you on the other ingredients, I don't agree with you with water. Why? שאין שם הבעלים על המים שיש שילום. It's because Water, spices, I have some ownership over the spices. But water is something that it's not so important to attribute it to me, let's call it. It's like air. It's like, it's not something that is as important. He says, because they're not real. You don't have real possession of the water. In other words, it's not like today. Today people buy water rights. Yeah, but think about it, the old times, it's like breathing rights. What do you mean? Water rights and breathing rights were the same thing. So today maybe people differentiate between the two. But what am I? I'm going to bottle my air over here and then this air belongs to me? No. Same thing is water. Water goes from one place to another place. You cannot own water. Yeah? There's no such thing as owner rights. You cannot own the water. That's what the Rabbi Yehuda says. And he says, and specifically why there's no waterman, because the spices and everything else, I can see them, I can kind of separate them from the bread. If you want I can kind of say, here, this is the spice, this is the salt, this is the dough, I can see where it is. It says, where's the water though? I don't know, the water is evaporated, it's not there, there's nothing there. I know it's there, he says, but you cannot see it. It's not there. And also with the cooked food, when it becomes more substantive, it's not so liquidy. הילקח, אין המים מעכבים את הולכת העיסה או התבשיל למקום שבת העיסה או התבשיל מותרת לכם. So if you borrowed water, he says, it belongs to the guy who borrowed it, don't worry about it. ברם, במלח, לא נחלקו רבי יהודה שמדובר כאן במלח עבה, but in salt, it says same thing with salt. The salt dissolves, and then you don't see it also. Why don't it say in salt? Because their salt was not like our salt, refined salt. It was coarse. Yeah, it was pieces. שהוא ניכר, because it's there, you can actually see it. ויש בו ממש. But doesn't matter, אין הלכה כרבי יהודה, the הלכה כרבי יהודה, once you border anything, in other words, there is water rights. That's what you're telling Rabbi Yehuda.